Hey guys, it's me. God, it's been a while since I did one of these videos, huh? Actually, it's been about a month, I think. A little more than a month, I want to say. Anyways, I just wanted to say something because I didn't stream tonight and I'm also just right now. For people who don't know, I had a bit of a medical problem, and it's over now. It's not anything major that people have to be concerned about, because I definitely don't want to report to you guys what I had to go through. Anyways, I've been streaming daily, been trying to get back to work because I have stuff to do at work, but more or less importantly, I've actually been starting my own game. Now, people are probably thinking, you said this God knows how many years ago, right? Yeah, I did, and I want to say I got around halfway through that entire game idea, like the actual just planning out the idea, and it kind of fell flat. Because really, that was 2-3 years ago, where I was like, I'm gonna make a game and blah blah blah. Yeah, the only reason it fell flat was because I updated it I updated my notes and my repertoire of it for a couple days here and there whenever I could, and I found out if I was going to continue that process, I would have made that RPG within 20 years or so, because I was literally running this stumps, and I'm like, oh, this is horrible, and this is actually really bad. So I do have an idea what I wanted to do, but it's a pretty long and lengthy idea, and I'm not fully in love with it, considering it's kind of based off an anime that I watched recently, but it's not. And plus, not to mention, I'm still a gamer at the end of the day, so I'm still trying to keep up with all of these Let's Plays I'm trying to do. Also, I guess I could bring up Final Fantasy 12. Final Fantasy 12 is already, I ordered 12, and I am stupid excited for it. If people don't know, it's going to be me, Shadow, who's the person on my Twitch who you guys haven't seen in forever. It's going to be me, Shadow, I might get Red, and Sakura, who you haven't seen on Twitch for a while too. So we're basically going to do a multi-platform Twitch stream of Final Fantasy 12. Well, not multi-platform, it's going to be on PlayStation 4, obviously. But we're all going to be playing Final Fantasy 12 at the same time, or roughly around the same time, because they know my schedule and I know their schedules. I'll probably be the one playing it the most, so if you guys want to go to my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv Mickmaw100, that's MICKMAW100. You guys also know this when I go live, because it's little ads on the YouTube videos when I do it. Hopefully my schedule for July isn't gonna look so crazy stupid. And yeah, I do still want to do the Final Fantasy 5 thing stream-wise, but I need to sit down and just play 5 again. Yeah, whatever, that's that. But the game idea, I want to actually talk a bit about this, because I kind of want some input from you guys on this, but I don't know if you guys are going to be like, oh, sure, let's give him ideas so he could just wreck us later in life. No, it's because, this RPG, I'm basing it off an anime I started to watch, but I never finished, so it's kind of like, it's kind of like Shaman King meets Zero Familiar, for people who know that, and the only reason I'm doing a Shaman King clone is because I love the idea of shamans and whatnot, so basically Fairy Tail for those who watch that, and I've seen a bit of Fairy Tail, just not my thing, really. I like a lot of things about it, just not my personal thing. So it's going to be a Shaman King / Zero Familiar kind of setup. And to be fair, Shaman King had a lot of good RPGs, which I've played 2 of them, I think. Or is that another anime I'm thinking of? It's definitely not Inuyasha, because I've never played any of the Inuyasha, like, RPG games. Even though I've heard there's, like, 2. It's not going to be a short game by any stretch of imagination. I actually am going to I have a plan to get, like, a demo out there and just show the world what I mean. But it's going to be a long wait, because I'm also working with 2D sprites. And I'm not going to change my stance on that. It's going to be a 2D, but it's going to be more like Golden Sun 2D, where it's slightly 3D in a way. Or maybe I should just go for a Lufia design. I might just go for a Lufia 2 design, because I love that game so very much, and the fundamentals of that was just perfect. So I'm kind of not going to do like a dot hack thing, where it's like, oh, you go to the real world and then go into a game world, or like Persona, for an example. Persona 3 in particular, I'm thinking of. I don't know, because I want to keep it consistent into a fantasy realm, but keeping that into a fantasy realm is also fairly hard, considering I don't know what elements of fantasy I want to put in there. And there's a lot of elements. For people who don't know, I'm a huge RPG fan. So I'm thinking I'm definitely gonna have multiple races, but it's not gonna be like as clean cut as some other RPGs for sure. It's gonna probably just have a straight up like storyline, so it's not like, oh, you gotta do so and so and then you don't get to do so and so. I have some ideas for like an elven/human character, but I don't truly know. And I've always liked, like, the crossbreeds. So I'm thinking of, like, maybe you play as, like, a half vampire, half angel character. And, like, granted, that could just be, like, a side character that you meet up later. But, yeah, and it's like, that won't work. It's because it won't work. People don't know what I'm going to go for with that one. But, yeah, I don't know. I've always wanted to have, like, half and half. Like, half good, half bad. And I'm definitely not going to go, like, all out and go, like, oh, it's going to be, like, a randomized, like, Death Road Canada kind of thing, because that's going to take way too long to learn how to, like, program and whatnot. But, yeah, no, I wanted to get this off my chest, because this is actually an idea I've been sitting on for a while now, and I don't know how I should go about it. I'm actually I'm a little more antsy than anything, because it's just, like, I've had this idea for, like, a good amount of time, and I just want to get this shipped out. But I don't know how to. Granted, I'm not using my programming skills, because that's a total amount of 0 programming skills. I'm having a friend help me with it, and I'm having some other people online help me with it. But I'm in charge of the ideas and kind of the general, like, status of the group. So hopefully I can get a tech demo out, or at least, like, design characters out by sometime between now and hopefully the late fall, early fall. I'm going to try to aim for early fall, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But yeah, no, it's going to be like 2D art styles, so I'm going to hopefully have just the general art idea up and running. So here's also a question, considering people know me and, like, they know I love little towns and whatnot. Do you guys, just a little question for RPG fans out there, would you be okay if it started out in, like, a forest? Like, a general forest where it's like, oh, hey, look, there's that character going off again. Like, what's gonna happen? Because I have an idea that might work, and people, please try not to watch this video and go like, that sounds like a good idea. I'll take that, thank you. But I don't know. I've always liked the idea of, like, you start off in an area where you're not familiar with it. Okay, how should I explain this? Shoot. Basically, I'm thinking of, like, a storyline that's like, oh, your girlfriend left you because blank and blank happened. So, you know, you're kind of like a run-of-the-mill kind of bum character where it's like, oh, I don't have, like, anything powerful about me. And then, you know, you try to commit suicide. Granted, that's not really acceptable with most people. I understand why, but at the same time, I've liked this idea. So you try to commit suicide. It doesn't work. You find yourself waking up in the middle of a forest. You find yourself in front of a beautiful lake surrounded by trees. You see nothing but the trees. You go for a tiny bit of a walk, and then you see just this random character, like, I don't know, picking herbs, mushrooms or something. And you notice there's something fairly obvious about her that, would stick out from any other person. The fact that, hey, she has this somewhat amountable of a different aura than what you're used to, like this nice, gentle, but yet deceiving, I guess. This is weird to explain, like gentle and deceiving, but like, whatever. You kind of try to make conversation, but hey, not knowing who you are runs the heck away from you. I don't know, I have some ideas, but that's just the general idea I have right now. And I might change my idea later. I don't know, because it's just like, for people who know me, for me, it's the hardest part to get the story going. It's the beginning for me. It's never the middle or end of it. So yeah, it's gonna be a kingdom setting, like without a damn doubt. It's not gonna be just like a small town. It's gonna start off with a big town, but there's going to be a lot of side attractions because. Let's just say I'm not going to let everyone go off their bat and go like, oh, I want to go to the museum or something. Not the museum, the Coliseum, for an example. I'm not going to let people do that, but I'm going to probably throw in some extra stuff for lore purposes. Because, you're waking up in a new land. You're not going to know what the hell's going on. So I also want to make it in such a way where everyone views you as the bad guy for a bit. Like, kind of Persona 5-ish, but not Persona 5-ish. But, the general aspect of, like, oh, you're a human, and, like, we're currently at war with them. It's like, dear God, get away from me. I don't want my children die in front of you. Or, I don't want my children to, like, look at you. Kind of like a disgusting, repulsive reaction. And I don't know. I feel like I will do something like that, but I also have to think, what am I gonna... I definitely don't want it to be elves right off the bat, considering people know me with that. I like elves a lot. I don't know. I've always had a thing for the forest, which is funny because I don't play green in Magic of the Gathering. I play actually I play a mix of blue and green actually. So yeah, blue and green manipulation with numbers. And granted, I play a bit of black. So swamp, forest, ocean, lake. Is there a lake card in ocean in Magic? I think so. I think it's like the wall types though, isn't it? Because like, I don't remember truly. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of the idea I have, but I don't know if I'm going to go with it. And considering I'm just more or less worried about design characters right now, I'm gonna, yeah. Oh, I should also explain something. The field map is probably going to also be like this horrendous field map when I show off a drawing of it, because I actually do have a drawing of the overworld map, and it looks disgusting to me, but I'm going to probably give it off. Vampires is a cool thing. You kind of see vampires in RPGs a lot, like the earlier ones at least. Final Fantasy 1 had vampires. Granted, you kill them, but that's because we need some monsters. What's a good generic monster? Vampires. And plus, people know me. I'm one of those people who I don't like to make a judgment call unless I get all the facts straight. And I still like to get all the facts straight. So, if it starts off with vampires, people are going to go like, oh, this is blah, blah, blah. Like, that's kind of the joke. The fact that you start off with something that you're not accustomed to see as like a good thing, but you grow and grow to see things differently from a different point of view. And that's definitely what actually RPGs in general have done to me, where it's like I could see somewhat in a different light and eye, but not really. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm still pretty damn scared of the night. When I say the night, I mean being left alone in the dark. Yeah, I have a dependency issue with that. That's me though, because I was traumatized as a kid. I still haven't got over it. Well, I wouldn't say traumatized. I should also probably give some context to that for people who actually don't know me personally. There was one time I was at a friend's house and they locked me in a washroom. I got really scared and almost clonked my head on something fairly sharp. So yes, I was traumatized, I guess, if you consider that traumatized. I don't know. Basically, I don't like being alone in a dark area. Ever. And like, I guess the nighttime isn't that dark if you really think about it, because we have so many like modern conveniences like street lights, house lights, other things. I don't know. I still get a bit of the heebie-jeebies when it comes to nighttime. I don't know. I love also I said heebie-jeebies. God, that's a phrase you don't hear too often nowadays. I don't know. It's an impulsive shock that I get. Weird me is me weird. Anywho, yeah, like that's kind of what I like to do. But I'm also gonna give everyone a little bit more flair than just, oh, you're a blank of a character, so get out of our face. No. I got some pretty interesting plans for certain things. But that interesting plan will probably not make it to the final product because I'm talking risque. And yes, I just said that. I kind of feel embarrassed for saying risque like that. Yeah, I don't know. I have ideas. The gears in my head are turning, but it depends how I see them and how I do certain things about it. Anywho, I got nothing. I just want to talk for about 16 minutes. I already covered Final Fantasy 12, covered everything else I want to talk about, covered my game, and yeah. Ugh. Oh, also, fun little fact, I want an RPG where you start off with a dead forest, and like you somewhat think you're dead. That's why I'm also making it like that. I don't know. I'm gonna probably sit over and mull over the ideas because that just seems a little too obvious for me. Oh my god, hiccups. I have the hiccups apparently. God, this is a embarrassing update video. I actually haven't done an embarrassing update video in forever. Yeah, I don't know. I have some ideas. I'm mulling them over again, but words. Is that a bus? That's a loud bus. God, that reminds me. Okay, this is horrible, but I used to watch this Legend of Zelda comic series that was, well, it wasn't even a comic series, it was more like a Legend of Zelda joke series. And I just love the fact where it's like, Link found a big chest. Wow, that's a nice chest. And then goes to like Malon or whoever from, is it Malon from Link's Awakening? Or, yeah, no, Link's Awakening, right? Yeah, because that was the first introduction to Malon, right? Because she showed up in Ocarina of Time after that. No, she showed up in Oracle Seasons or Ages. Or did she show up? I don't remember. Dude, all I remember is Malon is like the one character who was the, you know, the windfish. The windfish. The fish. God, I'm weird. I'm also tired. God, I'm old. It's only like 10 p.m. I'm old. Only 20. I'm soon to be 21, actually. I'm already feeling like I need to take a nap. Well, not really a nap. I need to go to bed. But hey, that's what happens when you get up at 9 something in the morning and have to go to work because you're working 9 to 5. And you get yourself in such a behavior where it's like, oh, I have blank and blank to do. I really wish my body was irregular again so I could stay up until like 3 in the morning. Granted, that's horrible. No one should stay up until 3 in the morning unless you're fully aware of what you're doing. But dear God, why do I have to be the good boy, good man, good boy, man, thing, child, person, thing, child, wolf, child? Why the hell am I a wolf? I don't like wolves. Well, no, I like wolves. I like foxes more. And I think that's enough time for me talking. I will see you guys later. Bye.